So a break and retest forms like this. So step 1, we have a key level. Step 2 is we're confirming the key level with the opening range breakout. And so if you're a breakout trader, right, what you want to understand, if you're a 15-minute breakout trader, this is the low, right, and this is where it gets broken. We don't look to enter here, right? We look to enter at our key level to go long or short, right? That is the main distinction I want you to understand and take away from this video. If you took nothing else, you need to have your key levels. In fact, what I've done here in the Discord is I've given you a bullish and a bearish cheat sheet, right? So we're going to be focusing on this first. So do you see price hitting an absorption area for the week? Right, so this is an absorption area. These are our key levels. So do you see price hitting an absorption area? No, no trade, find the absorption area, right? So in other words, if you don't see an absorption area, you do not take a trade and you go back and you find where the absorption areas are. Now, assuming you know where the absorption areas are, you go, yes, has price tapped into that absorption area, right? No, wait for price to hit the absorption area, right? Yes, right? Has price broken the low between 9:30 and 9:45, right? That is your Eastern, that is your 15-minute orb, basically. Has price broken the low, right? So in this case, we have broken the low, so that's tick, right? So we can now move on to the third step, right? No, find the absorption area. Yes, has price retested the absorption area, right? So what we're looking for is a break and retest. So notice how I'm building a story in price. I'm not just looking to trade any random break, any random sweep, any random fair value gap, right? Your trading needs to have frameworks and directions to them. Having a flow charts like this definitely helps. So once you have your key levels like this, 1 and 2, you're looking for a retest into the actual zone. And so the retest looks something like this. So what we can see is we have a break below our zone, and I mark out this candle over here. This is a break candle here. Now, once you have that break candle, you're looking for a retest into the zone. There is your retest, and you're only allowed to go short as we go past the retest candle, right? But we want to understand what was going on here, right? So how do we determine that? So we determine that by looking at these charts over here. So here we have the same chart, here we have the same retest area, right? So we have break and retest, and we want to understand what is going on inside of that level, right? So I have broken this down many times, and I'm going to continue to break it down on every video so you can understand the basics of footprint charts, because the basics of footprint charts are so basic that if you can understand it, you can win in the long term. And so the basics of footprint charts are very simple, right? You have a bid and an ask, right? You have the bid, which is the left-hand number, and you have the ask, which is the right-hand number. Now, here we can see a large amount of aggressive buying compared to aggressive selling because the delta is blue. Now, when the delta is blue, right, so that's going to correspond to this wick here, this one and this one. If this delta is blue and we see price breaking below the key level, right, so we see price